New World is still pumping out content. That's all I gotta say for New World. I don't want to say
Wait,
anymore.
they're coming out with it or came out with a new weapon, the Bunderbluster.
The Bunder, yep, that is true. But
It's a
I don't know if
handheld
I
shotgun
care.
essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I still haven't installed.
Well, I haven't installed, just haven't played it in several months, you know. It's the Trinity MMO show. He is risen.
He's risen indeed.
Welcome to episode 77 of the Trinity MMO show. We are so glad you're here. This week on the Trinity MMO show, daily quest from your game masters. Name that game with Solomon. The main story quest. Well, you know, it kind of sounds bad, you know, but punishing devs and companies to punish their home country. That's quite a discussion because of what's happening over in Russia right now. Yeah, the Escort quest, we're going to do the 5th song of the Maestro SirJahzeal's top 10 MMOs, and then our world events. Solomon is always a dapper, very dapper, that's right. So I am so underdressed. I need to bring up my level here on my side, okay? Anyway, we're so glad to see you here tonight on the Trinity MMO show and give you our MMO opinions and news. The Trinity in the show's title, if you haven't figured it out now after all this time and watched our Twitch, our TikTok videos and whatnot, refers to a group of 3 closely related persons or things. In this case, a bunch of 3s. The first Trinity is the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Second Trinity the second Trinity as MMO players is the tank, healer, and DPS.
That's 2.
The third Trinity is normally there's 3 of us. 1, 2, 3.
That's 3. Oh,
Hey,
wait, guys.
There's one more because there's 1, 2, 3. That makes 3 of 3s. It's another Trinity. So we got Trinities coming out all over the place.
There we go.
As always, we have our MMORPG experts to guide you and me. But we're down one. We don't have our sensei, so keep our sensei in your prayers. He's been dealing with medical things. We do have our resident senpai and YouTuber at Coffee and RPG, Solomon SK.
That's me.
And then there's me, Kennethan. And I'm not Luigi. Okay, there you go.
Sorry, am I appropriating Italian culture by doing that?
I don't know. Glad you're just copying a good old famous video game we all know about. All right,
So
each week.
Japanese that appropriated the Italians. Holy
cow. Yeah, holy cow. Each week we quest with you with MMO news and MMO opinions. So now I'm going to hit the first song. I have it here, don't I? Here we go. It's time for some quests. And for once, he did not interrupt the song. Okay.
I wanted to be a good son today.
Okay, so first up, and we'll do a little more of this later on, but apparently Ukraine is imploring game companies to block Russian esports participation. So yeah, that'll be interesting considering the League of Legends. They have some decent teams over in Russia for League of Legends, so they're trying to block that. So we'll talk more about that later because it feels kind of weird to do that. We already know of companies that have been stopping, like World of Tanks, World of Warships, World of Airplanes developer based out of Cyprus has basically shut down stuff, as well as punishing a dev who was very pro-Russian. So we'll talk more later on. Lost Ark, okay, that game is just plowing away, taking everybody's time and money. New content is coming in March with a new storyline, island, and raids. And apparently, there's T1, T2 content that is now being nerfed, okay? And T3 is the real end game. Apparently, over in Korea, T1, T2 was the ones you always did. They're the harder ones. But they're finding only 10% of the other players are actually doing it. And so let's skip it. That's only because they gave us T3. A quote from the dev says, with a different purpose from Tier 1 and Tier 2 in our regions, there were some overly difficult Guardians and abysmal dungeon encounters left behind. This balance update isn't about simply adjusting the difficulty as whole. Rather, the focus is to improve some of the difficult patterns to better prepare players as they progress through each tier and to work their way toward Tier 3 in-game content. All right. We'll keep playing it. We'll see what happens. I need to get to 50 first. I'm still not there. Maybe tonight I'll push some more. Final Fantasy
You should just
14.
play it every night, Dad.
should
Forget
play every
about
night.
train
So wait.
Thursdays.
That's right.
Forget about Bible studies. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Forget about everything. That's right. That's my problem. Is I went and saw movies. I saw the movie yesterday, The Batman. Today I saw the movie Cyrano. I could have taken those 5 to 6 hours I was doing those, plus going afterwards for a beer. Like 7, 8 hours. Could have been playing Lost Ark the entire time.
Priorities, Dad. How could
That's
you?
right. Final Fantasy 14, previewing dungeons, quests, and improvements for 6.1 coming in April. It's going to be called Newfound Adventure. Kind of makes appropriate since Endwalker ended the previous whole story arc. I guess Newfound Adventure kind of makes sense. SWTOR kind of admitting that they kind of screwed up a little bit with the smooth transition for Legacy of the Sith. Game director Keith Koenig said, more story is coming, including new locations as well as more visual and modernization improvements. Update 7.0 is a foundational update of the game. The fundamental refactoring of all abilities and advanced classes into combat styles, the addition of a long-requested loadouts feature, and the beginnings of new UI, UX, and optimization constitute the most significant systematic changes made to SWTOR since launch. These are only the first steps toward the ambitious and inspiring vision we have for SWTOR's future.
Yeah,
Nice
whatever.
words. I know. Nice words saying that basically you messed up, and that's why. But hey, okay, if you're on your way to getting better, so be it. I don't care. I think it's good. Arcade, it got put over the Cacao's little launcher, right? And apparently there were some problems where they decided to zero out players' balances. Why? Because in trying to fix overcompensating folks, they sent some players who were not overcompensated back to zero. Fixes are in work. Ouch. Myth of Empires, which was a kind of a cool game I thought about playing, was kicked off of Steam because of legal problems. Okay, someone apparently saying that they copied either the game or the code, whatever. Well, it actually officially launched on their own site. If you want to, you can buy it for $21, but you can't get it on Steam. New World is still pumping out content. That's all I gotta say for New World. I don't want to say anymore.
Wait, they're coming out with it, or came out with a new weapon, the Bunderbluster.
The Bunder, yep, that is true.
It's
But
a
I don't know if
handheld
I
shotgun,
care.
essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I still haven't installed.
Well, I haven't installed, just haven't played it in several months, All right, I don't know if you heard or not, but Square Enix came out with a new game last week. Wow, a looter shooter, okay? Well, if you didn't know about it, you're not alone. Apparently, there has been very dismal sales and engagement, and only over 1,000 players playing it at $60 per pop. That might be an issue, or possible publicity. Not even say the name yet. Does anybody know the name of this game that came out last week by Square Enix?
Babylon's Fall. I'm actually
There you
gonna come
go.
out with the story tomorrow.
There you go. So
No,
obviously,
it's dumb because not only do you have a premium price tag on the game, $60, there's a battle pass system, which is like another $30 to $40, and there's in-game cash op inside the game as well. You have all three. It's like, I mean, talk about greed. Like, I don't call companies greedy unless like there's a clear evidence for that. And
Yep.
to me, this is clear evidence of just greed.
I mean, so a lot of us love Square Enix because they're the guys who do Final Fantasy 14. They've been great as a developer, great at talking to the community and understanding the communities, and especially with Yoshi P taking care of things for Fantasy 14. This just makes it all go away.
They're the publisher, though.
Well,
Those
yeah, I get
Platinum
that.
games that develop it.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we know EA had a lot of control over the things going on that, like say, Star Wars Battlefronts were doing, or even when they were actually controlling some of the things for Destiny 2. No, that was not EA. That was Blizzard, Activision. Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, Valheim, the Frost Caves is now released. The caves are actual instant dungeons for characters to explore. So you keep on doing it, go. Apparently there's a pretty stable base over there. People, even though it is still in early access, unfortunately I have not played for a while, and we are currently on hold as the server we were playing on is currently offline. So it will come back soon. Don't worry. Guild Wars 2 In the Dragons is out. And ArenaNet is working to address bugs. with the client crashes, achievements, events, bosses, objectives, missions, lanterns, Jade bots, fishing, and instances, including the crash that was wrecking the final story instance for players at the end of their journey. Way to go, guys. That was not good. If you're trying to recharge Guild Wars 2, that's not going to work too well. EverQuest 2 reopens time traveling portals and celebrate their, you guessed it, 23rd anniversary. Now, mind you, EQ is even older than that. So you're going to see, by the way, us, the Trinity Bros here, play some of these old games. SirJahzeal mentioned there's actually a approved. I mean, it's approved by, well, at least not unapproved by Daybreak Games, of an actual EQ server that was from 99, 2003, the first 3 expansions. So you're talking about really old school EQ. That's going to be interesting. All right, that's all the news I had. You got to watch for more news off of Solomon SK's Coffee and RPGs YouTube channel, because if you want more and better stuff, go there, because I'm an idiot. He is the expert. All right.
Sell your short, Dad.
Now it's time for. Oh, did you actually ever pick which one you liked of the 3 things I did? Kind of like a just a joke, but also maybe serious about.
Wait, what?
No, I sent you guys 3 clips, 3
oh
things.
yeah, I downloaded it. Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
They're all equally as goofy.
Okay, well, I'll do this one first. I'll do
the first one. Do the first one.
First one. Okay, here we go.
Boo, 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 boo. It's that time. Boo, 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 boo. When we name that game. Boo, 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 boo. With Solomon Escape. Boo, 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 boo. Name that game. Boo, 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 boo.
You said number 3? Oh yeah, you did say 3. Well, you had a question mark next to it. So you're right. Okay. Okay. Well, here I'll play number 2.
Boom, 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 boom. The time has come to name that game with Solomon Escape. Boom, 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 boom.
A little shorter, similar one, but there's that. Here's number 3. Okay. Number 3.
Closet full of games with other names. Name that game with Solomon XK. Guessing the fame. What are their names? Name that game with Solomon XK.
I don't know the thing. Okay, but anyways, we're gonna now guess the game. All right, Solomon. First up, is it a console only, PC only? I know it's yes or no question. Sorry. Is it console only?
No.
Is it PC only?
Yes.
All right, PC only. Is it a MMORPG?
That's kind of debatable, but in this instance, I'm gonna say yes. That should probably give you a clue of what kind of game it is.
Destiny 2.
No.
Like, your head in the background scares me. Amos doesn't. No. I have JahZeal's face behind me.
You.
Behind me, I have
Yeah, I see it.
JahZeal's face. His bitches here where I replaced yours in the past. You know, it was that one where we were doing the TikTok one I did where I was saying like, hey, come on, Solomon, you do it too. He goes, no, it's part of your tradition, right? He goes like, it's mine. It's mine. He's like pointing to his face. You know. All right. So it's an MMORPG, but debatable. Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, Rift is MMO. Wait. Is it a game that came out after 2010?
I'm gonna say no, but let me look that up.
Yeah, pre-2010.
I'm pretty sure it's pre 2010, but yeah, hang on.
Solomon looking for his victim's head in the background. I leave that out. That's right. When you're talking about the head in the background, you look around going like, wait, do I have a head in the background somewhere?
Yeah, it's pre 2010.
All right, pre-2010. So we're not going to talk. Warhammer Online was an MMORPG, but so that's not Warhammer Online. It's pseudo like it, but
Warhammer
not. All right, is it a game? Is it a US game?
Yes.
Pre-2010, pseudo PlanetSide 2?
No.
PlanetSide 1?
No.
because those are kind of pseudo. They are a kind of a first person shooter MMORPG type thing, you know. Come on, Zaziel, you're the expert here. You better get this right this time, and don't be thinking like I don't think so, therefore I'm not going to answer. Halo, that's a good question. Halo,
No.
okay.
No, that's not even. That doesn't come close to an MMO.
Yeah, it's true. It. Yeah, even Mass Effect.
Let me put it to you this way: it's closer to an MMO than any other genre.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so it wouldn't
So
be like a first person,
Halo.
even nor anything multiplayer.
It's definitely multiplayer for sure.
Well, yeah. But that's what MMOs are. But I mean, like, I'm talking about true, like, Halo has a multiplayer aspect to it. You know, like Elden Ring has a multiplayer aspect, but it's actually solo games.
Yeah, okay. But no, it's none of that. It's none of like those games.
Well, I mean, see, even I think Mass Effect or KOTOR, they're both first player, but they're RPG, but they're first player. Black Desert.
That came after 2000.
Yeah, I'm just quoting what Amos says here. I know Jahzeal's not answering, so we must have him stumped right now. All right, big rundown. Let me see. So, oh my gosh, Shadowbane.
Shadowbane? I don't even know what that is. So no,
it's an MMORPG. Okay, never mind. Well, Shadowbane was one of the games that the developers, one of the guys who developed, lead guy on Crowfall, he got his cut.
Oh, okay.
He started in Shadowbane. I had the game play for a little bit. I have the box still. It's not World of Warcraft. It's not Rift, Destiny 2 or Destiny 1. Not Planetside. About Defiance. That's the MMORPG. Never mind.
Yeah, that is a full blown MMO.
These are those not Final Fantasy 11.
No, it's not Final Fantasy 11.
Because that one, I mean, it kind of MMORPG, but oh my gosh, without JahzealL here, I'm gonna feel bad. No, you are trying your best. Wait a minute. All right, give me a hint.
This game, even though it's from America, also has an association with Korean companies. No, that's a terrible. Hang on. This game. How do I not give it away? This game has a Korean publisher. I'll put it that way.
Is it cute?
Define cute. Even that at all.
Yoshi cute. All right. Is it a science fiction?
No.
Is it high fantasy with elves and dwarves?
Yep.
It's got associated with a Korean publisher. Oh my word. I don't know. I didn't really know about any Korean publishers until probably the last 5 years. You know, I wasn't following a lot. I was following all the main companies here main companies here in Japan and Europe. Korean. Nexon? Is Nexon a Korean publisher?
I believe they are, but that's not the publisher.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of which, Nexon, I think their founder just passed away in the mid-50s, died 55, I think it was. He just died.
I did read about that just briefly. Yeah.
Okay, so JahzealL says Lineage 2.
No.
Okay, no.
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
I might actually give it away. There's no subscription for this game.
Guild Wars.
Which one?
Guild Wars. I said, well, there's Guild Wars 1. It's called Guild War.
Give it to you.
The Guild War, the original Guild War, it's called Guild War.
It's the factions expansion.
Oh, factions. Okay. So, but see, remember when I say Guild Wars, that is the original game. I didn't say Guild Wars 2. I said Guild Wars.
You could actually buy factions and not have the original copy.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. It still worked though, right?
It still worked though because each standalone expansion was its own content. So that's why I said which one.
Okay.
Whereas World of Warcraft, you need the base game. I get that.
I didn't know that. I mean, I bought Guild Wars 1, the first one. I played a little bit. It's kind of interesting because you were kind of playing it with your own group. It was the first real kind of game where you create your own group and like, well, it wasn't sitting. I didn't play very long. Guild Wars 2, I played much more of, obviously, but not Guild Wars. That's why
I was hesitant to really call it a full blown MMO because everything was instanced except like the major trade hubs, not trade hubs, main city hubs. and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I get your point. It's not the fact I know that they consider that an MMORPG. So I don't know.
Very loosely, yeah. I
Loosely,
would
yeah.
still consider it an MMO, but when you get into like Destiny 2 territory, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, well, Destiny 2 I thought was more of an MMO because you actually could see people in the main cities, you know?
Right. Same with Guild Wars 2, but the thing is, it's like they had they had like what are those, like multiple channels of the cities, right? Guild Wars had it too, but it was still it was very dense. You could still see like what seemed like hundreds of players, whereas with Destiny 2, you'd probably see like what, like 10 or 20 at the most, from what I can tell.
Okay.
Or somebody could correct me if I'm wrong with that, because yeah, even though there was main hubs where you see all the other players, like it wasn't in the hundreds like Guild Wars was, you know?
Okay.
That's
That
what
makes sense.
gave Guild Wars an MMO feel, in my opinion at least. But again, correct me if I'm wrong with that.
Let me ask you. So that was the one expansion. Do you have all the Guild Wars or just that one?
Man, you're ruining future episodes, bro. Yeah, I do. I bought all the expansions.
I kind of thought we were done with this. And when you said Guild War, then you weren't going to bring the rest of them out if there are any other ones.
But with the exception of Eye of the North, they're all standalones.
Interesting. I did not know that. I literally only
all
bought the
standalone.
very first one. I never bought any of the expansions. Here's what I mean. You mentioned that. What's it called again? That expansion called Guild Wars what?
Nightfall, the one I have.
Nightfall. Yeah, I'm writing down
it's
on the list here.
standalone. So Nightfall is the expansion that's bringing Kennethan back to Guild Wars 2. That's like the Asian themed one.
Yeah.
That's why I decided to do this.
Ah.
Whereas Guild Wars 2 version, it's called something Dragons. What was it called again?
Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, it also explains why when you said that you love Guild Wars, why you said that,
Oh, I spent by far the most amount of time on this game than any other online game ever.
Wow, that's cool.
But anyways, yeah, so the box is out. This is what it looks like inside.
Oh, nice.
So I'll pull everything one by one.
Yoshi says my brother bought Guild Wars 2 and then it went free.
Yeah, I know. That's how most MMOs did that back then in the mid 2010s.
I saw miss cases in this.
Yeah, still has that new case
Oh wow,
smell.
new case
Still has
smell.
that. Yeah, the soundtrack's here. The making of Guild Wars Nightfall and the installation disc right there.
You ever
really cool.
watch the making of?
I probably did. I just don't. I
Okay.
just forgot.
Yeah.
Because this game. So Factions came out in what, like 2000? Let me look. 2006. Dang, that's a long
2006.
time.
Wow.
Yeah, and it also came with pins, and I believe I have. This is like two of like 6 or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this one's maybe I don't quote me on that, but this is one of the skills, the pins of one of the skills that you get to use when you play the Guardian. So 2 classes came out, the Dervish and something else. I can't remember. So anyways,
I'm trying to see if Nightfall pins. We'll see what eBay is doing them for. Apparently, the collector's edition PC CD-ROM complete access key pins is someone selling for $45.
Oh wow, that's probably too high. So you got the Nightfall quick reference guide. Obviously, it comes with the keyboard layout, what it does.
I remember how so important those were. Oh yeah, look at that. That's him.
So it actually, you could read about the lore.
Nice.
About Kennethan. No, wait. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. This is not the Kennethan update. This is not. Oh. This is the African update.
Oh.
No wonder. Okay, yeah, the Kennethan update. You had the Ritualist and there was another class I can't remember. Okay, I took everything back. Nightfall was their African centric expansion. Sorry, this is what decades of not following a game does to you. So yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, none of this looks actually Asian. This is all African. Like, what am I talking about?
So you mentioned about Korean. ArenaNet makes Guild Wars. What was the connection?
Yeah, and they're in America. NCSoft published it.
Oh, NCSoft is Korean?
Yep.
Oh,
NC
see,
Soft
I
is
thought
Korean.
I don't know why I thought
Yeah.
it was Japanese. My bad.
No, no, no.
That's who I know.
I mean, that's a common misconception too, but it's understandable. NCSoft product catalog. So if you want to play other games, other MMOs. Oh man, I miss
What else?
Tabula Rasa.
Tabula
Do you guys
Rasa.
remember that?
I never played
Yeah,
it, but I looked
I
cool.
missed that game. That was the game that was made by the Ultima Online guy. I keep forgetting his name.
Oh, okay. Garriott? Richard Garriott?
Yeah, Richard Garriott, yeah. So
right, Richard.
he originally was attached to Tabula Rasa. From what I
That's
remember,
right.
Tabula Rasa was originally supposed to be like a fantasy game, but like you could use a harp and use music to fight characters.
Cool.
But then I guess NCSoft was like, "No, that sounds dumb. Let's go with sci-fi." I think.
SirJahzeal says Tabula was such a fun game. Yoshi says the only Japanese online game company I can think I played most was from Cyberstep. Never heard of
Never heard
Cyberstep.
of them actually. So you got City of Villains. I know that was something that
City
you
of
played a
Villains.
lot.
Oh my gosh! See, NC Soft, you screw freaking up, man. You should never got rid of City of Heroes, okay?
Guild Wars. Yes, Guild Wars Factions was the Asian themed one.
Wow.
And Auto Assault. Remember that? This is the car MMO.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Faintly, I think I only remembered it because you mentioned it on a previous show one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hang on. There's a few more stuff in here.
SirJahzeal remembers Auto Assault apparently.
Wow, there's a lot more there.
Wow. Yeah. Ooh.
The Art of Guild or
nice.
Art of Nightfall.
Oh my
So
gosh!
it comes
Those
with
are
art book.
those are
All
cool.
the assets they use in game. So I'm trying to do my best.
That's one reason why I like to buy some bigger the theme boxes or the collector's editions if it comes with the artwork too.
Yeah, they're nice to collect. I even have the receipt still. I'm
Oh my
amazed I
gosh.
still have all the receipts for these. I
I've
paid
tossed-
including tax $75.76.
Yeah, you know what that gets me is that things haven't gone well, maybe a little more these days, but still prices of some things have not gone up.
Yeah. Nightfall access key codes rather.
Ooh, those are probably worth
Tru-
no.
Trial codes for different games that no longer exist. Like
I mean,
City of
folks are still
Heroes.
playing Guild Wars, right?
Oh yeah, it's still up and running, but there's no content being made for it.
And the Guild Wars 2 is the main. Yeah.
Yeah. Map of Nightfall.
Oh,
man,
wow.
this is gonna be huge.
Another thing to frame, maybe look
Yeah,
up all your
right?
maps and put somewhere. A wall full of maps and
This
games.
is the Noob Island. This is where you start out. Yeah, I don't know why I thought this was the Asian themed expansion. I'm just
Azil says yes, there is a fairly sizable cult following of Guild Wars 1.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. You got the
A poster.
picture of
Oh yeah, look at
the
that.
poster of a dervish. That's one of the one of the new classes that came with this expansion.
You think about all the people who put together that box, you know,
Right?
and the work that
And you
went
also
to it.
have this little cutout. So it has little
Oh
flaps
yeah,
here.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
harder, so you just put it up like that, but I never took it out, so. Anyway, that's it.
Oh, that's cool. So Guild Wars Nightfall cut it pretty quickly only because of help. When he went and said no subscription, Guild Wars.
Yeah.
Actually, back pre 2010. I mean, there are some games now that no subscription, like New World, Crowfall, other games. But yeah, Guild Wars was the first one to have no subscription, especially in the time of World of Warcraft. You know, being the biggest thing on the planet right time. Archers of Camelot had a subscription. So did Warhammer 40K or online. Other games too. So all right, well there you go. Guild Wars Nightfall. All right. Next up is now going to be our main story quest.
It is time once again for the main story quest, where the Trinity Bros give you their MMO opinion.
Well, clearly I had the logo in the wrong spot. It's too high up on the OBS chart, so it was overshadowing the thing there. All right, so we're going to talk about a idea because of what the Ukraine asked for people to kind of stop. So stop allowing for the Russians to be part of the esports team as whatever it is, okay, League of Legends, whatever it is, okay, it started making me think about something. We're seeing a lot of this, and it's a question about whether or not how do you punish people, might say. You punish countries. Right now, of course, as everyone knows, Russia has invaded Ukraine unprovoked, even though they say they were provoked. But obviously, right now, the Western, most of the world, not China, not North Korea or Iran. I'm not sure about India, but anyways, they've not shut things down. But a lot of people are shutting stuff down. Access to capital, access to flying over airplanes, flights, whatever it is, and there is a sizable contingent of gamers in Russia. We've all seen them. We played with them. And we also know that they also are sometimes make some games, not all of them. I think that we said that Tarkov is made by a Russian company. We do know that, obviously a lot of good games coming out of Poland and other parts of Europe too. And so it started me asking the question, thinking about us here as well as those in chat, or if you're watching on YouTube, should we punish devs and game companies so that way we will punish then the home country? In this case here, should we stop buying and playing games made from Russia to punish Russia because of the invasion? Because I kind of get the feeling that not every Russian was pro to all this stuff. They were somewhat also taken aback. There was a one lady who was in Ukraine. Her mom's in Russia, and she kept telling her mom these things happening. And mom said, "No, that's not what the media says." And he's like, "Mom, the media is lying to you. What's happening on the ground, I'm telling you, is not what you're hearing." And so you're like, okay. And we also seen that there are Russians who've actually started protesting, and that's been locked down. Now they're going to punish the news media for telling the truth or not. And so you got all this stuff going on. It's like, okay, wait a minute. So how far do you go to punish the people? It's kind of similar to what happened with kind of the same thing with Activision Blizzard. When that whole thing came out with regards to how they're treating their employees and treating people, do you then stop playing World of Warcraft and Hearthstone and all those games to punish Blizzard? But then by punishing Blizzard, you're also punishing the devs who are innocent, because if you punish Blizzard, then their income goes down, layoffs happen, and there's an invariable effect. Okay, so I'm just curious. That's to me. I'm thinking like I'm torn, right? I'm thinking like, no, you shouldn't punish them. And I supposedly, especially if you're not going to turn the oil off, if you're still going to buy oil from Russia, then why in the world are we going to punish devs or games at this point, or even esports games? I think there's a point where you guys like, no, I think you can do the international punishing people, like we're going to turn off the access to funds for your oligarchs, for the government, everything. But shoot, if you're not even going to turn off the oil to Russia, buying oil from Russia, then I don't think you should punish the game devs and companies. So King Emma says, no, stupid idea. Russia is under massive propaganda. It's not their fault. Judge says, Activision Blizzard was laying off people when their profits were rising. That's true too. What about you, Solomon? What do you think?
Ditto.
Been a while since we heard the ditto.
I think this is one of those things where it's definitely you need a lot of nuance just and understand a lot more than we do currently to reach a reasonable conclusion, but I'll try to do one anyways from what I know. And granted, I don't know everything. I don't think anyone does really. But like, where do you draw the line though? Because China seems to be backing Russia. Are we going to start, protesting Chinese companies? And not to mention China keeps like millions of Uyghur Muslims in literal concentration camps, but you have people in Hollywood and the elite ignoring that. Ask LeBron James that, anyways. Right? So where do you draw the line?
Point.
Like, yeah, what Russia is doing is bad, but you have other companies out there that are doing bad things as well. Like, what's the standard? If what's Russia is doing to Ukraine a bad thing enough for you to protest anything that comes from Russia, then how come you're not protesting, maybe games from this particular country or that particular country? And so at the end of the day, it's just like, I get, like, does it help the overall effort to not be in war? I think every effort helps, maybe one way or another, but there's still little drops in buckets compared to the vast ocean of a problem that we have. And so, in terms of its effectiveness, I don't know. So I think at the end of the day, you do you. You do whatever you want to do, as the Hodge twins would say,
Yeah.
or the conservative twins as they're called now, right? I at the end of the day, you want to do what's best, you want to do what's right. And also at the end of the day, everybody's going to come out looking like a hypocrite, including myself. Cuz, a lot of talks are out there saying that, oh, now China is going to have the balls to invade Taiwan, and I think that's true. Am I going to stop playing games that have any association with China at all? Probably not. I'm already trying to make an effort not to do that anyways, because I do not trust the CCP. Not China. I think there's lots of great people in China, and I think statistically speaking, China has the largest church in the world right now, even
Yeah.
more so than the United States, right? So China has a lot of good things going for it, but as far when it comes to the actual government entity, the CCP, I have zero respect, zero love for them, because they do some atrocious things. And you might, and I know I'm digressing a lot, so bear with me. And you might ask yourself, well, what does that have to do with Chinese gaming companies? By its very nature, being a communist country, the Chinese government has to get involved with your company. They get to dictate and tell you what to do or what you can't do, what you can say, what you can't say. Whereas with here in America, the government doesn't have any control over, for the most part. I mean, obviously there's decency laws, and we got the ERSB gaming rating and stuff like that. But in terms of like what you could actually put in the video game, what you could say, they can't legally, they have no authority over what you can or cannot say, unlike the CCP. So it's just huge and convoluted. I don't know where to draw the line, because I
Yeah.
don't have all the facts. So should companies do what they're doing right now? Yeah, their company, do what they want. Is it going to make any dent? Is it going to actually help the war or the actual peace process? Maybe. I don't know. God is sovereign at the end of the day. He could, uh, he could what's the word am I looking for? Kind of like the butterfly effect. Maybe, lots of things could happen that in ways that we can't possibly even imagine, because we're not God.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's my answer
You know,
after
what's
all that.
interesting is we are in such a much more intertwined world than we were, say, let's say 1950. Okay,
I agree.
post World War II, no internet. It was very easy to shut off your border, so to speak, or shut off trade with another country, and that'd be done. Okay, keep it internal. The U.S. used to be much more independent, and having everything done here before we started shipping stuff
Right.
overseas and being built somewhere else. So we become more dependent. We are in a very intertwined world. That's why, with the idea of shutting down Russia and its banking assets, you're dealing with a possible financial hit to everybody, because they hold U.S. dollars over there. So now what happens to those? They're buying up gold and silver, maybe. I'm not sure, but it's going to be interesting. So I think you're right. I don't think we can't really punish the devs and the game companies at this point, because it's just not going to make a dent. And why hurt everyone for this, I guess. All right.
But you know what's funny, really quick? There's this fairly large Twitter person, and he or she was saying, this is one of those Genshin Impact tweets, right? Like, hey, MiHoYo Games should allow, X amount, free amount of this and that, to because people in the Ukraine need it right now. And Twitter was kind of split about it, because this person's argument was they want to be able to get away from thinking about having to worry about their lives. And some of them actually do play Genshin Impact. Some of them are saying, we get what you're saying, but this has like no effect on with the war FS. This is going to contribute absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things. It's like, should MiHoYo like give everybody free loot boxes? I'm obviously they do have loot boxes, but not, it's a gacha game. Should they give free in-game currency because some people are in the Ukraine are fans of the game? And how does this actually help? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting story.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I brought it up, because that, it came up as one of the gaming news things, so I thought I'd give it a shot. So, all right, next up will be our escort quest.
Walk with us as we escort you to safety, experience, and the adventure of a lifetime.
All right, we do not have SirJahzeal here in-house. We do have his 5th song. 1, 2, okay. And it happens to be from World of Warcraft. Now, mind you, we know that he loves World of Warcraft, so here we go. I'll play in the background. The song is called Invincible, and it came from the Wrath of the Lich King, which is a really good expansion. My most favorite one, okay, period. Turn this volume down a little bit. That's loud, man. All right. The song is written by Russell Brower and Derek Duke. Music by Ito Godati. The appearance of this came out in 2008 with Wrath of the Lich King. Opening and closing cinematic for World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. Also, apparently, World of Warcraft 3, the Frozen Throne closing cinematics, okay? So, it's a pretty decent song, so we'll listen to a little bit here. Wrath of the Lich King was my favorite expansion, and with the Shadowbringers that came out, no, Shadowlands, sorry, Shadowbringers is Final Fantasy 14. Shadowlands was kind of like going backwards and showing the whole Lich King thing, and Arethys and Udun and everything else, and so, which by the way, they did come out with a more recent cinematic trailer. And kind of a spoiler alert, don't watch it if you don't want to know what's going to happen with regards to Anduin and Arethys, so don't watch it, but it's interesting to see that. It's kind of a wrap-up. I miss it, but I don't miss it. Unfortunately, Shadowlands did not quite hold up to what I want, so...
They all die.
They all die.
I don't know. I never played... Yeah. I'm just trolling.
They all die. They all died. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit more on this thing. All right, so that was SirJahzeal's 5th song, okay, of his list, the Maestro SirJahzeal's top 10 MMO songs. And when we finally get down to the bottom of the 10 song, we'll actually put them in order. And of course, don't forget, if you're watching this either in chat or in YouTube, what is your favorite MMO song? So far, we've had Guild Wars 2, Elder Scrolls Online, Lineage 2, Lord of the Rings Online, and now World of Warcraft. So there you go. Beautiful song. Now, our world events. Clearly, we didn't do Elden Ring, like I said. I'm not sure who's playing it. We do have ESO High Isle coming out on June 6th. So we're still considering that. The next thing you got to watch us for is the fact that we'll be doing we're going to go old school. We're going to go old school. We're going to go old school back to games that came out a long time ago and download them again and try to play them either for the first time, for some of us, or a retro back to the old days of things, okay? So there has been talk about EverQuest 1, Anarchy Online, Ultima Online, as we do that, that'd be kind of fun. I never did EQ. I did EQ 2, I think, a little bit. I don't think I ever played EQ 1, and I don't think I ever played UO. So it would be fun to do that. I don't think Anarchy Online either, so we kind of do this. So watch out for that. We got to arrange a time for this. We're going to play the game, not in our normal time slot for here, but somewhere else. Okay, we'll do that. And then the day before is a game coming out on June 21st. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, Starfield coming November 11th. So we'll be doing those kind of games coming up as part of our world events. If you happen to have any other game you think about that should be on the list, let us know. Or any game you think we should try as the old school style, maybe so. We did not mention, well, I mean, obviously Anarchy Online, Ultima Online, and EQ, I think all came out pre-2000. I started playing Dark Age of Camelot like 2001 or 2, I think it was, and so that's another old
Damn.
school game too. That'd
Probably
be
play
awesome.
that too.
Let me try that too. I don't know if they have
Heck,
a
we should
retro
put-
server.
We should put the. Oh, is it offline?
No, it's still on.
Oh, it's still up.
No,
Yeah,
it's still
yeah,
on.
yeah.
No, I'm saying they
yeah,
don't, I
yeah.
don't think they have a retro to the original game.
Oh,
you're right.
oh, I see.
Well, I mean, when JahzealL mentioned that there is this old school server, okay, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, what he called it? He called it,
Like a fresh start server or something like that.
yeah, he called it a Project 1999. Okay,
Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah.
it's classic EverQuest. Okay, approved, not unapproved by Daybreak, and apparently it's the 3 expansions from the original one to the first 3, from 1999 to 2003, I think it is. So, yeah, we should try that out. But we got to set time for that. So, we'll do that. We have not set time yet, so we'll be doing that at some point. All right. Our quests are done.
Where can we find you, Dad? Let's have you go first.
Wait a minute. Our quests are done. The dungeons are cleared.
You
The
know
loot
that
has
part
been
already.
distributed, and all of the crafting orders have been completed and mailed to the customers. Well, it's time to go AFK. All right, you can find me here on Twitch at Kennethan or on Twitter at Kennethan Live. You also can find me at my locals page, I think called Kennethan. So there IB. You can find me on Discords, several Discords. You can find me on Shame Discord, GMA Discord, Regenerate Discord, the TRG Discords, and yeah. So sometimes too many things. So, what about you, Solomon? Where can we find you at?
In your basement. Will you lock me up? I'm kidding. No, you can find me at Coffee and RPGs. Lots of changes coming pretty soon. I'm taking this course and learning a lot, and it's a little overwhelming, but still got to push through. Recently just got over 1,000 subscribers, which I really do appreciate everybody's support. They upped the amount of watch time though. It went from 3,000 to 4,000 sometime last year. I don't know when. So right when I was about to apply for partnership, I'm like, wait.
Oh wow!
I have 3,000 now. It's 4,000, so I still
my
need
gosh.
like 400 or 300 watch hours now. But I think for me that's easier than the subscription number. But I don't mind. You know, I don't mind putting in the work. It's another thing to strive for. It's another benchmark or a goal for me to obtain. So I don't mind that. But overall, you know, things are good. You know, God's been great, so I can't complain.
Yep, they're all the things you can find him at YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even his relaxing gaming scenes place also, as long as his Twitter. There you go. And of course, if you do want to find out SirJahzeal, I think is it actually a command here, you can find him here on Twitter, Spotify, and Twitch and Twitter. Yeah, Twitch, Twitter, Spotify. There you go. Did you just call me a cow? No, I didn't.
Why is mine?
Oh my
exclamation
word!
mark Wow.
Oh my
yeah, because
gosh!
the utters. Oh yeah, that's right.
What? Well, the alerts are off, yes, because we're doing a show. That's why I even made mention of it in the title, you know. But oh my gosh. So, anyways, that's what we offer tonight. So, thanks so much for this. Thanks for being here. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next 2 weeks for the next Trinity MMO show.
I'm not waving, Dad.
Keep trying. I keep trying. Okay. Check out the further adventures of Kennethan by liking and subscribing and watching me live on twitch.tv/Kennethan.